say, just be careful what you do with them. That's all I can say. If you decide to get these, I'm just giving the hair one last going over, because this is a bit that's not going to get washed because it's already black, so you can't really darken it anymore. We'll get this sorted out, and then we'll look at this wash that I'm thinking of using for the flesh. Bilton Green is the shade I'm thinking of. I am hoping it darkens it, but makes it a little bit grottier. The screen is going on quite thick and horrible, so hopefully it will do what I want it to do. Okay, so that is now going to be put aside to dry, and we can't really do anything else until it has dried. What we can do is go into the boot colour, and we'll just add a little bit of a highlight to the boots. We're not going to spend too much time thinking about these things. You know, as I've said already, the boots or the models aren't that particularly brilliant, merit spending ages doing them, but as I said, they're just an interesting, it's just an interesting concept for a board game, and that's the reason I went for it. And hopefully, as I said, by the time what's the word I'm looking for? Hopefully by the time I finish painting it, we get what we call it. We get playing. We'll enjoy the game, and that's all that matters. So to me, these are just playing pieces for a game. They're not what I would call models I can just sit and look at and really like. So when we come back, we'll get on to highlighting these a little more, and oops. Oh, I know what we will do while we're here. Do Chair Violet. Yes, another wash. Oh yeah. I'm not going mega with this, it's just a light wash just to give some depth to these wraps. This is the reason why people don't like these latches on this, for these paints. The cap design is atrocious. In fact, the whole bottle design is atrocious. Look at that again. That's supposed to sit up and allow you to get paint, and all it does, time after time, is just fall down. I'll go again in a second, just watch. What are you not doing? Proving me wrong, are you? Okay, there we are. So we've got everything that we need to wash washed, and now all we have to do is leave it to dry. Okay, so we're dry now, and we just have to get this fella highlighted. So what can we do with this? Let's have a look, shall we? We don't need that brush. In fact, yeah, I'll use this brush. What I'm going to do is use the what's it called? It's Nurgling Green. I'm going to go back over all the muscles. I think I may change, there's no may about it, I'm going to change brush onto a slightly smaller, larger brush. Let's go with the size 0, and I'm going to put some more Nurgling Green out, and I'll be in here all day with that size 4-0 brush, but I'm going to put some more of this out. There we go. So bring it back up to a point, and let's carry on. So we're making this as the as you know, we're making this as the actual colour of the skin. The highlights won't appear yet. So we have quite a few, what do we call it now? Quite a few of these teams done already, but we have another one to show you in our unboxing that will be coming fairly soon. I'm not saying what it is, but there is another unboxing video coming for Rumbleslam, and hopefully some nice minis to paint. Now here I'm just gently running the paint over the hand. I'm not doing any detail work here. This is quite literally just the edge of the brush, and that's it. I'm allowing the mini to take the paint where it wants it. around there, and just using what little paint there is on the brush now just to run across areas and build up the paleness there. That will do nicely. Okay, so next on the agenda is the wraps, and for that we're just going to wet the brush and get a very small amount of paint on the tip of the brush, and we'll just and this is the Gorgon hide, don't forget. And we're just running it down the wraps, and I'm not making too great a deal of it. The purple that we put on there in the first place is going to just give it a different colour and a different hint of wrapping. And get into the shadow detail. It's going to give a different tone to it than the skeletons and anything that we did earlier. We did those in blue. We're doing this in a different. We've done this in a different colour of wash, so it's going to give a different look. There's nothing wrong with having a certain amount of personalisation in when you're trying to do some, an area of, or a team. Each team is made up of individuals that work together. So don't be afraid of just every now and again just adding some little bit of individuality on some minis. There we go. And you can see where some of it can go. I'm just going to touch down on this, or do downward strokes rather, not touch down. I'm not talking about touch down. There we go, and same kind of thing again on these wraps here. That will do nicely. I'm not going to do any more on those wraps, that's it. There's nothing much more we can do for those. Now let us do the hair. Now for the hair we're going back into the Gorgon hide, but it's been mixed a little bit with the Incubi Darkness, and a little bit of black is in there as well, like a bluey grey colour. That will do fine, and we'll just run that over the hair, running the strokes along the length or along the moulding, so it just gathers up on the edges and it doesn't go into the recesses. Keep those black. There we are. And it doesn't have to be brilliant, that will do nicely for that part. Oops, a little bit here that needs doing. There we are. I'll go on the inside of there. That will do fine. So, we touched on the subject of highlighting the red. Now we've got the Wazdaka red here, And here we have the Evil Sun Scarlet. So we're going to use the Evil Sun Scarlet to add highlights to the red. Now we're going to make this a red outfit. So we're not looking too far into having it too pale. We just want red. Want a red outfit, so that's what we're going to do with this. Now there's not a lot of detail in this at all. It's basically, it's just tight and it's stretched, so any crevices or anything aren't going to show up. So what we're going to do is cover everywhere in this red. That won't do. Any creases at all, like there for example, we'll leave that. Alright, I'm going to come back to it and add paler and paler touches of red here and there. In fact, I'm going to go once more into the white and into the green as well. One more in the white, and he's got his teeth bared. In fact, he's got his mouth open, so let's add some of the Wazdaka red up here and a little bit of purple. There we go. We don't need a great deal because it's just going to go in his mouth, like so. You can see that. That won't do. Now, as I said, we want some pale colour for the skin, and in fact, I'm not going to use Screaming Skull. I'm going to use Kislev Flesh because it is flesh, and I want to make it look reminiscent of flesh. So I'm going to put some of that in with the green to change the hint, or change the tint of the skin rather. And here we're just going to run this over all the areas that are up to the light. Rays. We're not going to be running this anywhere that's in shadow. And I decided that most of these places I'd be better off doing this as like a stipple effect. So I'm just putting little dots here and there. Now I probably should use the spot brush, and I may switch over to that, but I'm not going everywhere on the Mini. I'm just literally going on the sides where I think light is going to catch. Might add just a few strokes here and there, just to emphasise what we're trying to do. But that, I believe, will do the job for what we really need it to do. I don't want to be going over this too much, but what we will be doing is adding another highlight to that fairly soon. But first I want to just highlight give a little more highlight to the red outfit, and for that we're going to use that mix of yellow and red that we did. That just makes it a little paler, and we're adding that to the more raised and upper versions, or upper parts of the of the ring attire, the leotard. So that's that done. I think I might just add a little bit to the boots on the toe and down the back here. It just adds a little bit of difference to it. You can show a little bit of whir that way. And there we go. Just the odd little bit here and there. Just adds that little bit of interest. So that's that bit done.